Big Rom decided this game. Lovely header off the post, gets the rebound, fires it into the back of the net. And after the criticism that he's been receiving over the last week about him being overweight, he proves to be the game winner in the first leg here.
Well, Ian, my good friend, I like how you say we're good friends because we are, and you owe me a drink. But I remember yesterday when we were discussing this, I did say that the big difference maker could be Romelu Lukaku. And a certain colleague of ours made fun and said, no, it's going to be Martinez. Let's go the other way. I said, no, Romelu Lukaku could be the big difference maker. I know how much of a force that player is. No surprise. Surprise he didn't start. But again, these are moments where for us as spectators and just like our people in the comments as fans, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So obviously they're saying he's not at that fitness level where they want him to be, but he's getting there. But even though he's not there, he's still in that, he's that impactful that if he doesn't do a full 90 minutes, he can have enough of an impact in 25, 30 minutes. And he came and did what was needed and what they expected from him. So for me, I just think that, again, it's hard to deny sometimes some players what they can bring and what they can do when they're fully fit. You know what it's like, Ian. You know, it takes time. And then once you get fully fit and when you know what the player is, the physicality that he brings, the directness that he brings of what he can do running in behind, the strength, there's very few defenders in world football that can handle a fully fit, focused Romelu Lukaku. And I said it yesterday that he's going to be the difference maker. And he was.
He was the difference maker. He got the winning goal, and it was a fabulous finish as well on the rebound. He sort of rebounded himself. But real quickly, you know, is it okay for them to criticize his weight in today's game? I mean, we obviously recognize, and he probably recognizes himself, that he still needs to build himself back to match fitness level. And of course, he can still be an impactful player from the bench. So would he have been pissed off that he wasn't starting this game? And is it okay for them to criticize a player who is carrying excess weight? I mean, he's just gone through injury after injury this season, hasn't been able to, I think if I'm not mistaken, that was only his 14th game, I think, this season, all competitions. So he's clearly not there yet. But when you have a Romelu Lukaku who can come off the bench and have an impact, he played 30 minutes in his game, 4 shots, gets the 1 goal, decides the game. That's an impact player right there. And when he does get himself back to match sharpness, you would imagine that Inter might just want to try and keep a hold of him.
Yeah, but I think for me, the problem I have is the weight thing. I think if you say he's not at the fitness levels we expect, that's respectable. Players can handle that. Everyone understands what it is. But when they keep talking about weight, and it's not the first time we've seen clubs do it, it's disappointing because similar situation happened in Manchester City with Pep Guardiola talking about Calvin Phillips, about his weight, being overweight and fat and coming back from the World Cup. So I think for me, it's how the information gets in the public domain, who lets that information come out, and whether it's an actual personal shot at the individual or the player. Because these clubs have media personnel all over the place. They know how to handle the media. They know how to let certain information out. That should just be, he's not fit or at the fitness level we need him. Nothing should come out about body weight or anything like that, because you could be at the right body weight and everything, but still not fit aerobically enough to play a game. So for me, I think it's disappointing that they did that. I look at that as more of a personal shot at him. I think someone did that on purpose as a personal shot at Romelu Lukaku, whether they're looking for a reaction or not. But again, you know what he can do without him still being fit, and that's what he can do. So it's disappointing, but I'm not surprised because it's the modern game that we live in sometimes. And if people want to deflect other situations or issues that are going on at football clubs, they will find someone to blame. They will find a bit of a black sheep.
Well, Amy loves Lukaku. She says, I love Lukaku always. Thank you, Amy, as always, for jumping in our comment section right there. We appreciate you. But yeah, let's get back to the game real quickly. I did watch this game. Obviously, as you know, I've got the best guys hooking me up here. I can watch 2 games simultaneously, and I have 2 sets of eyes, so 1 on each game. I'm good to go, right? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I will say this, Porto were very good, Nigel. Wow. I was really impressed with what they did do. Sergio Conceição has something really special going with his team. Take nothing away from what Italian teams have done, and I've actually betted against Italian teams for some reason in this first leg of the Champions League, and I've been stung, as you can see, with it being a record for the 3 teams winning already in the first legs. But this game was a fantastic watch. It was end-to-end action. I know it was 0-0 for 86 minutes of this game, but there were a ton of chances. Mehdi Taremi had a couple of great chances. We have to give a lot of credit to the goalkeeper as well, Onana. I mean, he made a couple of saves in this game. I mean, realistically, you have to say I don't know if you caught it, but off the rebound, he got back up, made a second save, and then a third save, which you thought, this is 100% opportunity from Taremi. He has to put this in the back of the net. And Onana said, no. This was an unbelievable instinctive reaction from the goalkeeper. Did you catch it, Nigel?
No, I didn't catch those saves. I was catching it in and out, but mostly focusing on the City game. I don't have the connections you do at Best Buy for the 2 TVs yet.
It was unbelievable. He made a save. Second save was off the rebound, and you thought, oh, he's going to score. Third time out, it was 3 yards out, and he put a ball. I mean, unbelievable save. It was really fantastic. So a lot of credit goes to Onana for keeping them in this game, because it wasn't the only save that he made. Yes.
Question for you then. Now you watch that game, how confident are you Inter can go to Porto, a very difficult place, and finish off the job? Because I'm telling you now, it's going to be buzzing in Porto.
This is a game that I thought Porto would get something from. They didn't. They lost a goal. They were a man down. Unfortunately, Otavio got sent off in this game, second yellow card in this game. It was a little bit chippy. It was a fun game to watch. There was opportunities on both sides. But for a large part of this game, I was like, wow, Porto are a proper team. They defend well. Their tackling was excellent. Their timing, positional play defensively. Pepe played today, right? He's 39 years old and 361 days. The oldest outfield players to start in a Champions League knockout stage game. He is the third. Ryan Giggs started at 40 years old and 123 days. And Costa Curta started back in 2005-06, and he was 40 years old in 2 days. So Pepe, the third oldest player ever to start a knockout game. Nigel, he was unbelievable. It was incredible watching him. He was flying in for tackles. He was organizing his team. Their midfield that Porto has is sensational to watch. Go ahead.
It's just what we said, though. We said it at the start when we talked about the games last time. We said about how good Porto are. They're going under the radar from back to front. They are a well-oiled team, great mixture of experience and youth. They can play total football and they can be direct when they need to be. And they play some scintillating stuff at times. So we said it. So I'm not really surprised. I think that they're going to get the job done at home. I think they're going to turn this around.
I might be with you. I think that Porto can get the job done. They're a difficult team. This was their first defeat in 22 matches as well. Normally on the road, they're very good. Normally they can win games. They didn't. They had a chance. They didn't take their chances, and that's what's disappointing. Inter had a couple of great chances as well. Take nothing away from the way Inter played this game. I was really impressed with what they did do in midfield. Çalhanoğlu was probably one of my favorite players in the game today. He was all over the field. He was dangerous, obviously, on set plays. He had a good free kick that was blocked by the wall. Barella was okay today. Darmian on the right-hand side I thought was very impressive. But the goalkeeper really stood out for me today. And then when you have a player like Big Rom who can come on and win a game for you, you always have a chance. So with that lead going into the second leg, you would say that Inter are a favourite. But Porto, I was really impressed with today, Nigel. So I don't think you're going to be too far away from them going through in this tie.